Folks, Fat Guy Flies RC here. We're out here at the Ridge Barnstormers cow pasture field. We're going to do a little bit of grass ops with the yellow Eflite 1.1 meter Trojan. Grass is kind of heavy, but I should have enough power. Yeah, with that 4S pack in there, 4S 2200. Should have more than enough power, and I did, to get up out of that grass. Whenever you're going to do a plane like this, it's tricycle landing gears, smaller wheels, and you're going to fly it in grass, you know you need to forego the idea of a scale takeoff, and you need to gun it in as much up elevator as possible because you got to get it up out of that grass. Now, do not take it personal. Do not take it as a pilot error if when you come to land and you nose over, because you got a light little plane and it sits up high in its landing gear, and it's going to hit that heavy grass of that nose wheel.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
And she's probably going to nose over. Don't think, oh well, looky, you know, how do I prevent that? Short grass. You prevent that by very short grass. You know, and I understand that may be out of your control. You may not be the one who fixes the field, you know. But we're going to try to land it. I definitely want to flare. All right, did not nose over. All right, now here's going to be a trick. See if I can taxi in this grass without tipping her over. If you're going to taxi, if you're able to, keep full up elevator. You want to keep that nose or that tail planted as much as you can, or keep that tail down, and that way you'll pick up on the nose a little bit, and you hopefully won't get bogged down. So here we're going to try it again. Remember, I'm going to give full up elevator. I'm going to get her lined up, and I'm going to goose it. Try to get up and away from that grass as quick as possible. Now that's on a field that's not, you know, a grassy field. You know, that may not be good for that smaller wheels. Now, if you've got a nice manicured field and it's like a golf tee, you know, well then yeah, you can do a nice scale takeoff. That's no problem.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
I'm running a Spectrum 2200 smart cell, 4-cylinder, and wind is kind of cross runways. And now I have gone in there and I have mechanically trimmed that when I let go of the sticks, where that has a little bit of up, just a touch of up, just a touch of down elevator to kind of lift that tail up a little bit, because she does seem like she's a little tail heavy. Whenever you take the stock settings, she does seem that way. And even with the called for battery, the 2200. So I do in there and I took care of it mechanically. All right, now you may not be able to notice. Motor off. Let me just show you what I'm talking about so that you can understand if you get this plane. If you look, if you can see directly at it, kind of angles down, maybe only maybe 5 degrees down, 5% down, just a little bit down. I have mine in the furthest in control clevis, so I have the most control, and I have just a slight bit down, mechanically trimmed. That right there, see, that's right there's level, so it's just slightly down, just a touch, and that counteracts that tendency to be just a little bit, what it seems tail heavy. It's just the way it's set up, and I don't actually think it is tail heavy. All right, we got enough. That wind is Got a storm rolling in. Yeah.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Get it up out of here as quick as possible. You may even have a better time with it with a 3S. It's a lighter packs, less weight on that nose, less tendency to dig in. Let's see if we can land it. We're gonna go further out here. I know it's probably a long ways off there, but the warbird, you want to come in with a little bit of speed. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you don't ever want a dead stick of warbird, and this definitely is a warbird. Yeah, you don't dead stick a warbird. You want to come in maybe a quarter. See, come in maybe a quarter throttle, and land with some speed, because that's with any low wing really. But typically, almost always with warbirds. Well, really always with warbirds. So, all right, let's take off one more time. Get it up out of that grass as quick as possible. She'll fly inverted for you. Do a nice knife edge there. Yeah, that wind is starting to mess with me. Whoa! Didn't flare quick enough. I almost dug in. That's a good looking little bird though, isn't it? I'll be honest, I would even, as long as you spend some time on a simulator, I would even recommend this as your first plane. It is such a good plane. I may have said no, don't not be your first plane, but this thing flies so stable. And as long as you got some simulator time, maybe someone with a buddy box there to help you fly it around and safe, I could see this as your first plane. And go ahead and buy yourself some 3 cells and some 4 cells. I suggest 2 of each. Go ahead and make the investment. You can use it in other planes, and fly around on 3 cell. Keep her nice and scale till you get really used to her on 3 cell, and then come back and fly her at 4 cell, and your mind will be blown. So you'll have a lot of fun with her. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all.